Let's be honest, in 2026, content isn't just game anymore. It's an entire arena. Every founder, every creator, and every freelancer, they are all trying to grab attention. But the difference between those who grow and those who disappear, it's how they design their content system. And that's exactly what we are building your 2026 content matrix. The framework that helps you choose what to create, where to publish, and how to scale it without feeling like you are working 24/7. Because here's the truth, if you are still thinking in post, you have already lost. Now it's all about the formats that compound: micro for attention, macro for authority, and meta for belonging. So let's break down and make sure you walk out this chapter knowing exactly where to focus next year. Part 1 is beyond the blog post. Do you remember when the content meant just blogging? You would publish an article and wait for Google to bless you, and boom, the traffic. That era is gone. Today, the creators are dominating digital space, are the ones who are mastering the format of this ecosystem. Let's dive into three that matters the most in 2026. First is a micro content. I call it the scroll stopper. In 2026, the micro content has evolved beyond the trends. Short form video is no longer a TikTok style. It's a language of the internet now. People don't read instructions anymore. They consume them in a 15 seconds. This includes Reels, Shorts, TikTok, and even a bit-sized LinkedIn clips. But here's the catch, everyone is doing it, yet very few stand out. Creators who win here don't post for the algorithm, they post through their emotions. For example, take Alex Hermosi. In 2024 and 2025, he dominated YouTube Shorts by repurposing his long-form interviews. But in 2026, he is shifting his gears using a storytelling with the cinematic cuts, text layering, and punchy cold opens that feels more like a trailer than advice. Or Sahil Bloom, he started with the Twitter threads, right? Now he is turning every idea into a snackable reel. One story, one lesson, and one core insight. The format evolves, but the storytelling is remained. So here's the real takeaway. Micro content isn't about being everywhere, it's about being remembered. Each piece should make someone pause and think, wait, I need to follow this person. If your short form video feel like a highlight reel of your brain, you are doing it right. Second is the macro content, the authority builders. Micro content grabs attention and macro content cements the authority. In 2026, the macro content has made a major comeback. Why? Because the short form fatigue is real. People are craving more depth again with much more clarity and flow. Podcasts, long form YouTube videos, and newsletters are where the audience go to trust you. Look at the creators like Ali Abdal or Cody. Ali is not chasing a 5-minute shorts anymore. He is building a long form narrative that blends in productivity, storytelling, and his business insight. Cody, her YouTube channel has become a library of framework. She is teaching wealth like a documentary style. That's what micro content is now. It's not just a long form video, it's documented expertise. It's a digital version of your book that never stops selling. So here's your formula. Use micro to spark curiosity and use macro to build conviction. The post gets them interested and the podcast gets them invested. If you want to build a real personal brand, macro is where people buy in emotion, not just swipe by. Third is the meta content. I call it the community builders. It's time for the most underrated format in 2026. Meta content is the layer that sits beyond your post. It's lives, spaces, masterminds, and micro communities that make your followers feel part of your journey. In 2025, this was optional. But in 2026, this will be the core of your growth strategy. Creators like Jake Losey, Karen Drew, and Justin Welch are proving that the community is the new algorithm, that newsletters lead to the live Q&As, and that Q&As lead to the cohorts, and that cohorts lead to brands. That's the meta content. It's not a format, it's a feeling. It's an invisible connection that makes your content sticky. So when you're building your content plan for 2026, don't just think what I am going to post next. Ask, how do I make people feel involved? Because the future doesn't belong to the creators with the loudest voice. It belongs to those who make people feel like they are part of something. If this is connecting with you, hit that subscribe button right now. Because in the next chapter, I will show you how to build one thing that every creator struggles with: the infinite content ideas. No burnout, no blank screen, no what do I post today panic. Just a system that runs 24/7 like your own creative engine. Alright, let's dive into the next big part of this chapter. Part 2 is repurposing engine, turning one idea into 20. Now it's time to build your engine. This is where the content creation becomes content multiplication. Let's start with a simple story. A friend of mine, Nisha, runs a branding agency. She used to post one YouTube video a week. She would spend hours for scripting, filming, editing, and then nothing. She didn't move on to the next one until we built her a repurposing engine. Here's how it works and how you can use it too. You start with a one core piece of macro content. Say like a 30-minute of podcast or a video. That's your foundation. From it, you can extract 10 short clips for Reels, Shorts or TikTok, 5 quote visuals for Instagram and LinkedIn, 3 carousel posts summarizing the lessons, and 2 text posts expanding each single point, plus a newsletter issue, threads or X post linking everything together. And that will be 22 pieces of content from just one idea. But here's the real trick. You don't just stop, you sequence it. Think of your content like a Netflix series. The long form video is a movie, the clips are the trailers, and carousels are teasers. The threads are your behind the scenes. Everything connects, so when someone sees a clip, they get curious and watch the full video. When they read your post, they click to your channel, and when they read your news article, they join your board. That's the compounding loop of modern content. One idea, but infinite touch points. And the best part is you don't have to be on every platform. You just need a repurposing workflow. Here's the simple one you can use today. Record your main video or a podcast and use tools like Descript or Opus Clip to extract movement automatically. Use ChatGPT or Claude to turn those clips into captions or tweets. And use Canva or Notion to design the visuals and organize your content asset. Schedule everything with a 2-week buffer so you are never in a panic mode. And the beauty, once you set it up, it runs forever. Remember, the consistency doesn't come from motivation alone. It comes from the systems. So before we move to the next chapter, I want you to pause and reflect. If your content disappears tomorrow, will your audience notice? And if the answer is no, it's time to evolve your format. Because in 2026, the content is no longer a hobby, it's a distribution strategy. And if you master micro, macro, and meta, you will never compete for attention again. Now we have built your formats. You know what to post and how to scale it. But the next question every founder faced or every creator faced is, how do I keep coming up with ideas? And that's what we will solve in chapter 3, the infinite idea machine. In that chapter, we will build a system that guarantees you will never run out of content ideas again. We will explore how top creators use AI, curiosity frameworks, and audience pain point to stay relevant every single week. So if you have ever stared at a blank page wondering what to post next, chapter 3 will be your creative liberation. Because once you master the formats and ideas, you will finally become what every modern founder should be: a content machine that never runs out of momentum. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.